this next question. We're sticking with the budget. We'll start with you, candidate Cofer. One of the first things you would do as mayor is vote to extend on the city manager's contract. He makes almost $600,000. That's more than twice the pay of the governor, and he is the highest paid city manager in the state. Would you vote to extend his contract next year?
So we have to vote on this if we are elected as the next mayor at our first meeting on December 10th. And as an experienced executive, that is not enough time to be able to review performance, metrics and his performance evaluations. I've actually heard there aren't any, which means I have to do investigation to be able to see what he's done and has he lived up to the expectations of the council. It's also not enough time to do a 360 review with his colleagues and staff. And so since he's already put on the record that he wants a one-year extension, his contract expires in December, and that he will not stay on if he doesn't get it. Unfortunately, I think the current council, by abdicating their responsibility to decide this over the past year, has already come to the conclusion. The answer is I won't be able to vote on a contract, and so he will decide to leave and we've had that conversation directly. I'm not saying anything publicly that I haven't said to Howard Chan. That's unfortunate, but the city council had a year to make this decision and didn't, and so now the answer is not going to be a yes on a contract before December.
A follow-up question here for you. I mean, would you be willing to spend $600,000 a year on the next city manager if it's not Howard Chan?
Yeah, so when he was hired, he was making about $290,000. But with 5% increases every year, that's how you get to where we are. And I would question why somebody is getting raises when they haven't had performance goals and performance metrics. And so that's something that I will not repeat with our next city manager. I want to make sure that we have clear goals and responsibilities and that the city has priorities, something that they have failed to do for years on end, but have a process that's been approved to use. And as Mayor Cofer, you will get a used process and clear goals for all of our city staff.
Candidate Cofer, thank you. Candidate McCarty, the same question goes to you first. Would you vote to extend his contract another year?
Well, two things, the salary and the contract. I think it's important when you have a new mayor in the city of Sacramento, in the 7th largest economy in the state, 35th in the nation, you have some consistency with a new mayor and a city manager for year one. So I would vote with the council to extend it 1 year and then talk about what's after that. As far as increases, I don't support having any pay increases for our executive, especially at the time when our city budget is looking to tighten and potentially eliminate personnel throughout the city of Sacramento. I think we can focus on our city manager form of government, with the city manager being hired by the city council, me directing with the city council positions and direction going forward, but for 1 year.
Okay, Candidate McCarty, my follow-up for you here, though, is that facing a $77 million budget shortfall, how do you justify even a one-year extension of $600,000 to taxpayers?
Well, I think it's important that we have a city manager who's been leading us for the past 8 years and a mayor, and not having two new people at the same time. I think having a new city manager and a new mayor at the time when we have massive discussions on our city budget, as a time we're trying to grow our economy, looking to hire more police officers, diversifying our businesses in Sacramento, we need to have some consistency at least for the year one.